everybody, welcome back to the Growing Packed Grub. So this time I thought it'd be good to give you some how-to videos. So the first video we're going to do is how to read a recipe. Now a recipe is a set of instructions to prepare food or drink. So as you can see, I've got a selection of things here. So I'm going to show you step by step how to read a recipe, and then in the next video it will be how to use that skill we've just learnt to make something. So let's see how we get on.
So the recipe we're going to look at is a Jamie Oliver recipe, which is healthy cheese and corn pancakes with smoky bacon and caramelised banana. It looks pretty delicious. So reading a recipe isn't really like reading a book. As I said before, it's a set of instructions for preparing food and drink. And once you can follow a recipe, you can get cooking. Now in this next picture, you can see the recipe name. So this will tell you what you're going to make. And some recipes, like in this one, gives you a few words of description about the food and drink. So this tells you that about the cottage cheese, and it's a great twist for this batter. Often as well, the recipe will give you a picture to show you what the food and drink will look like when it's actually done. So you can see there that they've presented that looking really beautifully. So it will give you an idea of what you're aiming for, what you want it to look like. This next photo is telling you how many servings or people the recipe will make. This one's for 4. So you need to check, is that enough for what you need it for? Do you need to double the recipe maybe? Or maybe even half it? In this part of the recipe, it's telling you the nutritional value of the recipe, how many calories it has in it, how much fat, protein, sugars, fibre, salt, etc. This is really important if you're making something for somebody, for example, that needs to be on a low-fat diet or that needs to not have any dairy or fat in their diet. This part of the recipe is telling you how long you need to actually make the recipe. So it's saying 30 minutes from start to finish. Some recipes will actually tell you how long it will take you to prepare everything and then cook it. So you need to obviously check how long something's going to take so you can work out what time your delicious meal will be ready. Here it shows you what ingredients you need to make the recipe. A list of all the items you need to make sure you've got before you even start cooking. They're written in the order that you will use them in the recipe, starting from the top to the bottom. So in here, the first thing you'll be using is the sweet corn, then the spring onions, then the chilli, etc. And sometimes the recipe will tell you what you have to do even before you start cooking. For example, 1 egg beaten. So you need to make sure you read it all really carefully first to make sure you've got everything you need. The directions tell you the steps you need to take to make the recipe. Always read the directions first from start to finish, just in case there's something you don't understand. The directions are often numbered or written on separate lines to make it easier for you to understand and follow. So now you have all the skills you need to read a recipe, whether it's in a book or a magazine or on a website. In our next video, we will use a recipe and follow it from beginning to end and make something delicious. See you next time. Bye.